I am a 21-year-old virgin, never had a girlfriend before in my life, never kissed a girl before in my life. And I'm saying this in that I'm probably not going to be a virgin for a long time. And I'm not going to have these things that I'm saying I don't have for a very long time. But the reason I do say this is I understand what it's like to be lonely. I understand what it's like to go deep into the wrong communities. I know what it's like to have poor mental health and consuming all of this content telling me how to go ahead and live my dating life. I am someone who had barely any experience in dating. Barely. I'm someone who had a new crush every new school year and was afraid to go and say something to. I was someone who struggled to give eye contact to my crushes. I was someone who will go ahead and cope on the website that you know that I'm talking about. And what I'm really trying to go ahead and talk about here is that being able to go ahead and communicate with women. This is really what I've learned, especially with texting. And it's really a toxic game in today's day and age and trying to go ahead and text with a woman because it's so much of a validation game. It's so much of an ego driven game in today's day and age because that's all dating coaches tell you to go ahead and do. Hey, don't double text, don't give her enough attention, pretend to go ahead and be busy, go ahead and pretend to go ahead and do a lot of things in your life. But that's not the way to go ahead and be in dating. Of course, if you're trying to go ahead and maybe hook up, if you're in the hookup culture and stuff like that, which I am not, which I don't subscribe to doing, that is not the path to go ahead and go down in terms of texting. Because if you're doing hookup culture, hey, your goal at the end of the day is to go ahead and try to go ahead and smash and not continue anything with the girl. And that is very ego driven. But we get a lot of opportunities with a lot of girls that we want to be with kind of long term. And we still play this game with these girls and pretend to be busy and doing the double text, ghosting. And of course, the girls do this as well because the guys do it. Everyone does it. It's not just the guys, it's the girls. Everyone does the game of pretending to be busy, pretending not to go ahead and double text for ego reasons. And I'm someone who has completely been through multiple times. I am someone who has double text. I am someone who has been really desperate because hey, when I was 18 years old, I'm 21 now. I was trying to go ahead and lose my V card. When I was on online dating apps, I got the number and got able to go ahead and message with them, and I got ghosted. I'll go ahead and double text because hey, I really wanted to go ahead and do something with them, more so uh, be able to go ahead and take them on a date, hook up, and potentially have a relationship with them. That was kind of a goal for me because I've always had that deep down inside with me, and that's kind of where I really figured out more about myself. I was learning about myself is wanting more so of a relationship in that way. And that's just not the way to go ahead and play dating in today's day and age. That's a thing really post 20 2020 and 2021 2022, a way of trying to go ahead and date and do things like that. And I don't think that's a way to go ahead and do things in today's day and age. I believe you should be able to go ahead and text someone like you're trying to go ahead and, like a friend, for example, right? You're not afraid to go ahead and double text. You're not afraid to go ahead and be able to go ahead and do things and express yourself in that way. And that's how it kind of should be in the sense of trying to be able to go ahead and do that. But at the end of the day, it kind of gets. Oh, what's going on? Oh, for real? Oh, yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, bro. Just trying to make the content, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just making some content, yeah. Yeah, appreciate you, dude. Thank you, dude. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, going back to this, it's not the way to go ahead and play dating in today's day and age. Worrying about double texting, worry about egos and stuff like that. It's just not the way to go ahead and do it. And I really view, go ahead and text these girls like you're texting a friend. Okay, if the message ends up, for example, if the messaging ends up sending the last message, don't be afraid to go ahead and restart up the conversation again because she's probably waiting for you to go ahead and restart up the conversation. But you're afraid to go ahead and double text because that might look bad for you. And who cares about other people's opinions? And that's kind of really what we really think about in dating, it's a lot of ego, it's a lot of validation. That's all it is. The online dating apps, social media is just a validation game. And when you really take a step back and really get a chance to go ahead and just hopefully be yourself and stop worrying about validation, stop worrying about attention, stop worrying about all that stupid stuff, you get to go ahead and play dating on your own terms. And that's really what I really learned is playing it in that way. A lot of these dating coaches just try to keep you stuck, bro. Just try to keep you stuck in this path of more so the online dating ones just keep you stuck, bro, in this path of just not having a successful dating life. And a lot of these guys are still single and not having a long term relationship. I'm telling you, bro, if you really want a long term relationship and you just this mentally drained of all the stupid stuff that you just see and not feeling satisfied trying to go ahead and talk with a girl, stop caring, bro. Okay, if she ghosts you, you offer her on a date or right, something ever happens, say you end up doing the first date and you try to do a follow-up response and she ghosts you. Say, hey, yeah, I want to go on the second date. I like to go on the second date. I'll be nice with you. She doesn't respond. Okay, that's fair. All right. You could go ahead and message a week later and say, hey, I want to go and stay and do that. And she don't message back. Hey, you're done. Okay. You don't have to go ahead. What I mean by you're done, you're not like done because she missed out on the opportunity with you. And if you're someone who is building yourself up, if you're someone who is trying to go ahead and be a person, if you're a person of value, right? And what I mean by person of value, that you have goals, you have ambitions, you're working towards yourself. If she doesn't want to be with you, that's on her, not on you. But what you kind of have to really just understand overall is that this message you're messaging your friend. Don't worry about other people's opinions. You don't worry about stuff when you're messaging your friend. You don't worry about attention, validation, ego. You don't worry about that stuff. And that's how dating should be at the end of the day. It should be comfortable. It should be just as comfortable to go ahead and message your friend as messaging a girl. You don't have to overthink so many things when messaging a girl, worrying about being perfect. Just message her like you're messaging a friend. That's how things end up happening well. And if she leaves you on red, she ghosts you. It's just a part of the game, dude. That's on her because you know yourself the most, and she's missing out on someone, a special individual in yourself if you're working on yourself, of course. And that's the whole entire point. And you don't have to stop worrying about validation, stop worrying about attention and ego and all these other stuff because it's just not a healthy way to go ahead and be in dating. And I really wish I would have learned this sooner. Be you, be free. Peace.